How's it going, everybody? RyeSquad here today, and we are back with our Hut 23, no money spent, road to glory, the road to bread, here in episode number 23. And today, guys, before we get started, this is going to be the only Hut Champs of the weekend. I wanted to play a lot of Hut Champs. I didn't really have a lot going on this weekend, except for the fact that we got absolutely just blitzed by a blizzard here in Buffalo. I lost power for 33 hours. Couldn't quite play Chell with no power, more so worried about staying warm and making sure the house pipes didn't burst. So it was kind of a busy weekend, not full of Chell. So unfortunately, this is the only episode, but there are 6 games in this episode. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. It was pretty fun, and I really did enjoy the gameplay, so I was really looking forward to this whole weekend. But we had a pack opening here, guys. I'm not going to be able to include it for you guys because it happened so quickly before I was recording, but I was able to pull a Pasternak out of my daily pack. An X-Factor Pasternak, I should say. Not a base Pasternak, but an X-Factor Pasternak. So he's there if we want to re-roll some of these X-Factors later on. I'm really happy with how the team's looking, and you guys can see a brand new addition to the team there was that Tage Thompson 87 card. I figured Hut's supposed to be fun, playing with some of your favorite players, building the team you want to build, and I wanted that Tage Thompson card as a Sabres fan. He's been so electric to watch in real life, and I figured I'd give it a go, give it a try, and give you guys some gameplay, some review of him too during the 6 games I get into here and this one, but I'm just trying to figure out right now what X Factor to upgrade next. Our defense doesn't really have any X Factors. We do have a couple upgradable players. Rob Blake is probably somebody I'm going to get my power-up collectibles out of and get him out of the lineup. He's really just, at this point, too slow to really help us out too much. Maybe I'll get somebody with Fly the Zone, which is a brand new active synergy. You can see we get +2 speed to Larkin, Stamkos, and Pasternak. So I'm really excited. I'm really liking the way the team is shaping up here. And you can see these are some of our abilities. We got that new Teuvo Teravainen. We got a lot of upgrades. First time for upgrades. Maybe that's why it was so fun this weekend. But before we jump into the gameplay, I realized I had 4 Spotlight collectibles. I just needed a 5th one, so I did the base players, the 15 or 20 base players to get DeBrincat up to an 87 overall. He looks so good. It was a pretty good, solid upgrade, right? Not really in speed, but his hands and his shot are insane. And he's one away from being maxed out at that 88. But we jump into the first game of the weekend against Suitor X20, the Mighty Mikes. And I gotta say, this kicked off just a fun weekend's worth, well, fun single day's worth of Hut Champs. But I did change the jerseys. We're wearing the Czech Trinek. I believe they're a Czechia team. Terrible defending there by me to just let him go right around me there. A little fortunate for him to pick up the puck with Draisaitl, but awful defending, right? And that's going to be a common theme. I've kind of been out of it, being sick, didn't play too much Chell. I'm going to have to get back into the champs grind, and I tried to do that this weekend, but, you know, Mother Nature had other plans. We get absolutely just Shrek there, but here we go, McDavid using his wheels, getting around him, and there is Tage Thompson, first game, first goal for the club, and guys, I got to tell you what, I'm loving this Tage Thompson card. He's different than everybody you're playing against, right? He's not your Gretzky's, he's not your Lemieux, he's not your McDavid's, he's not Larkin, McKinnon, you know, those guys that you see regularly, the speed and whatnot. But he does have the hands, and here I don't switch to my defenders because I think they're going to be fine. I don't want to overcommit like I have been, and, well, he just skates in with McDavid straight in. My defenders just part the Red Sea, literally, with our red jerseys, and our opponent is able to take I think is that 2-1 lead here early in the third, and that is just so upsetting, right? Because it was a close one, it was a tight one. Tage Thompson picks it off, though. I've been trying to fire more pucks on net. I think that's what's making it so much more fun. I feel a little bit better. Again, overcommitting there. He gets in with Marner, and he's going to make it a 3-1 game, and that's going to ultimately be the insurmountable lead for him, my opponent here, and they are going to get out with the dub in this one. I know there's 16 minutes left, but I was thoroughly outplayed in this one. I really was. But no, back on the Tage Thompson card. I really like that card. He's big, he's physical, he does not get knocked off the puck almost by anybody, right? If you're trying to nudge him or you're to the side, unless you line him up and come straight on, you're not knocking Tage Thompson off the puck. And that's fantastic, especially with guys like McDavid and who's on his wing? McDavid and Teravainen. Yeah, like that first line, right? Thompson, Teravainen, McDavid, right? Those 3 guys, they all provide a little bit of everything. Tage Thompson's great because of his size and and body and reach. Teravainen's great two-way, good playmaker, and McDavid just is the guy that can do it all. But next, our game is against, I think, Nashy61 was the team name. Big Rick Nash fan, apparently. We're going to get this one started early. He's going to sit there, kind of slowly get into the zone. Here he comes, gets nudged off the puck by who else? Tage Thompson. That's the thing. That's what Tage Thompson can do that nobody else on this team could do. We get in with Teravainen. We can't quite get it there. We're going to go down low to Tage Thompson, though. There he is. He's going to find McDavid, and bang. You know, and Tage Thompson barely got knocked off the puck there, but he is going to find McDavid, get an assist for the club as well early on in this one, and that's the Tage Thompson that, you know, obviously McDavid, Teravainen, you know, Teravainen's got speed, playmaking ability, couldn't quite get that one, but he is going to find Tage there, who honestly might have had the reach to get it around the goalie, but I just figured McDavid was wide open. Why not get the sure thing? But we are going to get an early 1-0 lead in this one, just 2 in-game minutes in, and, you know, obviously after the last one where I kind of got dominated, you know, this felt pretty good to get off on the right foot. But here he comes with Kaprizov. Good back check there from DeBrincat, and Larkin with his wheels ability is going to get around the outside. Our opponent, well, just kind of glided. I started to notice that this person, I don't know if they were putting the controller down or what was going on, but they definitely didn't seem like to be fully in it. I don't know if they had some stuff going on their end, whether they were lagging, maybe buffering. I'm not sure. So far, ever since I upgraded my internet, things have been really, really good for me here. You know, I switched internet providers, and all of a sudden, I'm not having really any troubles, no feeling like I'm stuck in quicksand kind of gameplay. So it's pretty good. But we're up 2-0 here. We've got a face-off, and it looks like our opponent's pretty much put down the controller, so I'm just going to skate around with green, find Larkin, who shoots, picks up his own rebound. I was hoping to get there as DeBrincat, but Larkin is going to score, makes it 3-0, and so I'm not sure if our opponent, what they were up to, but they did message me after the game asking if I was a YouTuber. I said yes. They found me. They were like, "Are you RyeSquad?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." And you know, we wished each other a good weekend. Hopefully their weekend was better than mine, but you can see they're just kind of sitting there. So we're gonna tuck another one in there, make it 4. Why not? You know, you never know if they're gonna come back in and all of a sudden they're just an absolute pro, right? But credit to this guy. I wanted to say I hope you had a good weekend. If you were, you know, if this is you, if I was facing you, I hope you're a straight up guy. I like you. You're a good person. So good luck. Hopefully you got like 17 wins and this was one of your 3 losses. Hopefully, maybe, probably not, but hey, let me know how you did if you're watching this one. I know I said it would come out tomorrow, but when we were messaging on Xbox, but yeah, no, kind of had that power outage thing where I had no power for 33 hours. That was kind of gets in the way. And then the most unfortunate thing happens here. I think they got kicked for inactivity, but they had come back and they were on a breakaway. That's got to be the cruelest thing ever, like, to come back, like, oh, shoot, like, whatever, like, my dog had to go outside, so I was running in and out, or, you know, maybe your mom, you're calling you, or telling you to go do something real quick, and you're trying to do that in the middle of the game, and then you come back, you're like, okay, I can, like, you know, whatever, I'm going to continue playing, and you get a breakaway, and, well, EA's, like, later, but GG. Next team is the Beat team with Glazed Donut YouTube, YT. I tried to actually find them and see if they were another YouTuber. I was not able to find them. If you guys know of them or are watching them, shout out to them. But this is our 3rd game. You guys can see they have a really, really stacked squad, like an absolutely stacked squad. But you can see here they're going to try and protect the puck. Gardner is going to find Roberts here. Letang over pursues, almost gets the poke in, and oh, that's so unfortunate. Jay Beagle's able to score there, though. Really, really just tight, bad defense again. I'm overcommitting to the outside, and people are easily cutting in inside of me. But he's got that Team Builder Beagle, which I've not seen before. Another, like, a Team Builder Master Set or whatever. So this guy's got, he's got Gretzky as well, I'm pretty sure I saw. He might make an appearance later on in this. I'm pretty sure he scores a goal. But you can see we are able to pick it up with Larkin. Little sidestep, get to the middle. Larkin, at the end of his shift, still has enough wheels. You can see our opponent, I think, tried to make it, or switch to the goalie. That switch didn't come off. We're able to dangle, and Larkin gets the goal at the end of his shift. Just enough juice to get in alone on the breakaway. He now passes Artemi Panarin as far as goals. A lot of new guys that I need to play more games with here. But it is 1-1 in the first period. Still 1-1 in the second period. There's Tage Thompson able to hold on to it. Zibanejad is going to go over. Ah, well, we didn't quite get the pass over, but it's going to go over the line. Speaking of over. And we are able to get a... Oh, my God. At center ice doing the board thing. That glitch is actually kind of funny, to me, I don't know. It's weird. Like, think about somebody just standing there at center ice like this. Just everybody's cheering with them. I don't know. Just cheese. Anyway, it's 2-1. Larkin picks up the loose puck. We're going to go back to Makar. A nice little slick pass to Larkin. I think my opponent thought we were going to go D to D. I saw them bite hard. Went behind the back to Larkin, gets his second of the game, and I'm loving that Larkin card. So that might be the next card to get an upgrade. We are going to upgrade McDavid before the last game in this episode, so that's where most of my coins went. They went into that Tage Thompson and then into the McDavid upgrade. So we're kind of coins poor. At this point, we need to maybe get a good pull, but I'm going to need to get in a more serious routine of playing a bit more. But here we go. Stamkos does get blocked. DeBrincat, though, is able to get in. We're going to go around the goalie. That DeBrincat card, guys, I've loved him all year. His 47th goal for the club. I'm really loving that DeBrincat card. It's been so good for us. And getting him up to an 87, maybe up to an 88 soon. Well, actually not soon because it timed out. The ability to play and get some more collectibles, which I think is kind of silly. I think those should be like all year thing. You know, who cares if you get your DeBrincat to an 88 in March because you just don't have time to play that many games. I think those shouldn't be timed. I think those should stay there unless there's like technological limitations as to why they can't stay up all year. I don't know. But Larkin is able to battle through the check. Larkin gets in tight, finds DeBrincat, can't quite get the one-timer. We got a ton of pressure right now. Zibanejad is going across, and Gudlevskis, I believe is the name, and I saw him actually a lot this weekend. It must be a new card that everybody's using. I try to play the cross crease and then make the aggressive step up. Doesn't work. He reads it well and finds Gretzky on the back door, who's got 201 assists. I mean, this is looking like real-life Gretzky. Maybe not. I mean, maybe he could still get that kind of points at this stage of his life and career. Probably not, though. But we are able to win the face-off here. Blake finds Larkin. Larkin on the wing, gets around his man. Battles through a check, battles through a nudge. Larkin now is going to still battle through and get in tight. And that's the hat trick for Dylan Larkin. And that was pretty fortunate. But Dylan Larkin, good positioning. A little bit bigger of a guy, and I'm kind of glad I picked him. So long, Kachuk. Like, rest in peace, Kachuk. But I should have picked Dylan Larkin a long time ago, guys. You were all screaming at me in the comments, and you were 100% right about it. But here we go. He's going to find Seabrook. We make the save, and then, well, there you go. Have one. That was terrible by me, and it brings them right back into the game. That one they didn't really have to work for. Jay Beagle with his second. A really, really good Jay Beagle card, by the way. Looks insane, and oh my god, that's about as easy as you get there. It's now 5-3. They're back into it with about 4.5 minutes to go, I believe. 4:13 left in the period here. And they are going to get it picked off by Stamkos. Stamkos finds Larkin, who's been everywhere. Larkin finds McDavid. Whoo! And a great little snip into that top left corner. His card is insane. I had to pay the $60K to get him up to a 90. I know he's going to get Team of the Year, too, because he is McDavid. He is insane. And there we go. Our opponent is going to quit after that one. That was just, like, with not much time left. And I was, like, when he quit on me, I was like, no, you were so close. Because that's one of the things I'm learning is to just grind it out, stick it out, because I don't think your rating decreases. I could be wrong about this, but I've found that I'm playing the similar level of opponent after I rage quit or something, or if I don't finish, I play the same level of guy. Whereas if I just stick it out and maybe lose by 7, it's miserable, right? But whatever. You know, you can practice. I tend to play somebody worse in that next game. So maybe that's how it works. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just, you know, placebo effect for me. But we are playing the Ryan Eddies here in our next game. All at home, by the way. But he is rocking that really, really nice Sabres reverse retro. It's kind of confusing for the brain to have him with the red logo for the Calgary Hitmen. And I've got the red jerseys. It's weird. But there's a huge Tage Thompson hit. It goes up over the goalie, and it's going to go in. McDavid with another goal. That one wasn't just his skill. That was a little bit of luck. But hey, Tage Thompson makes that play, absolutely obliterating Nathan McKinnon. I mean, obliterating. Absolutely separated him from the puck and separated from his helmet. But they're going to get it in with Dumais over to Hamilton, and oh man, deflections, guys, they're annoying this year. When that one kind of like, Shesterkin's already diving to go make that save, and then it hits him and just kind of goes through him. It's really annoying. I get it. I'm glad there's alternative ways to score this year. But some of those that just kind of go through the goalie, or the goalie doesn't even like react to the tip, is a little bit frustrating. But here we go. We're dangling in with Teravainen. Maybe one too many dangles, and now here comes McDavid. Fresh sheet of ice for him to get around, and he is going to find Teemu Selanne on the back door. One-timer. And that is going to give our opponent the lead. Poor defense again by me. I read too much to the outside. If he's on the outside, whatever. But here we go. Our McDavid is now going to get in, gets decked. Green, though, picks up the puck and is able to fire it to Zibanejad. I still love that Zibanejad card, guys. Maybe one that I want to upgrade. I don't know. I just don't see a spot for him on the lines. I definitely want to keep this Tage Thompson card. I know he was like about 90K. He's probably come way down, and I probably lost a lot of coins, but he's a fun card for me, guys. I'm really enjoying him, and I think he's pretty darn good, too. He's a bit different than, like, the Stamkoses, the Larkins, the McDavids, the McKinnons, and then, well, a bit different than the Dumais, apparently, too. As that was going to wrap it up there. We are going to lose this one. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know why it paused at the end of the game. We lost. I didn't quit, I swear. I didn't rage quit at all this weekend. I was trying to keep it consistent. Maybe my editing, I just forgot to add a little cut in there. But Le Moineau is the next team we're playing. The first road game, I think, of this weekend for me, this Hut Champ. So, you know, I changed my road jerseys too. We got these cool looking ones. I don't know who they are. I believe it's another European team, but they got that orange and blue stripes across the middle. They look pretty sweet. I like the blue as well. It's easy to see, but this is not a great jersey matchup for trying to play here. But I over pursue a little bit. I try to make up for it in my car, and yeah, no, I just over pursuing everywhere. That was the kind of the theme here. Oh, that goal was in overtime. That's what happened. That's right. I lost a lot in overtime this weekend. I wish we got points for overtime losses. Like, instead of 3 wins, it was like 6 points or something like that, and you can, like, overtime loss your way up. Because an overtime loss is just, like, almost wasting your time. But here we go. Our opponent's able to get the puck back twice. Pastrnak finds it and rips it home, and it's 2-0. And right now, I'm like, uh-oh. You know, things are not going well. I got absolutely just blasted here in this first period. This was a bad first period for me. But we jump ahead to the second where I started to make some strides. We keep going with Pastrnak. Pastrnak is going to find Zumwinkle. Grace Zumwinkle with her first goal for the club is able to score a goal for us, and we're now back in it. It is 2-1 here late in the second period, and things really did change after the first intermission. I don't know if it was me. It's one of those that maybe you quit too early, right? And the person just got a couple lucky goals. I was getting dominated, whatever. But Tage Thompson now is able to get around, finds Zibanejad. Zibanejad is just going to shoot it. Tage Thompson gets the rebound. I'm not going to call that because of his reach or anything. I just think that, you know, again, he's a different card. People have to defend him differently. He's 6'7", with a huge reach. He's got like 86, 87 speed, 88 speed, maybe. I don't know what it is exactly. I think it's 86 skating, but I think he might have like 88 speed, which makes him totally like usable still. But then speaking of speed, DeBrincat beats him to the puck. He is able to get the chop, but we find Larkin, rebound to DeBrincat, and we are gonna take the lead. And this one felt really good. That was a fist pump from me. It was a let's go. Pretty loud, pretty hype about this one. We're up 3-2 in the third period. Here we go now with Panarin. We're going to get around one. We get into the zone. Panarin is going to try and drop it. I tried to drop it back. You can see I even switched to the defender there, but McCann picks it off. McCann is going to dangle his way through the center. We get the poke check, though. Chris Letang is able to find Stamkos. Stamkos turns the puck over because of the aggressive hit, and we get a little too aggressive there at center ice. Larkin gets in. Larkin goes around the net. Larkin gets it through some bodies, and nobody had their head up or stick down, and is able to find Mitch Marner on the back door, and it is tied. It is 3-3, and that so upsetting. You make one overstep, and you're really scrambling to get back. But halfway through the third, it is all tied up. And this was a good game. This was a really good game. We go into overtime again, a second straight overtime game. I'm just desperate to win one of these overtime games. Our opponent is going to cycle around down low, able to pick it back up with Hughes. Hughes just protecting the puck so well, just hiding behind the net there. It's going to circle out in front, find Pastrnak crashing. Quinn Hughes on the back door, unable to stay with him there. I'm not sure what he was doing, but that is going to be a second straight overtime loss. So we are 2-1-2. So unfortunate. I hate the overtime losses. They don't do anything for you. You know, everybody should be going out to win, I guess. But give me something for those overtime losses, please. Like even half a win. You know, maybe make that. So if I go 4, 5-2, give me the 5-win rewards. I don't know. just a little idea. But you guys can see this is the last game coming up against the Office Heroes. We upgraded McDavid. He's now a 90, and I'm really liking the team. We're starting to fall behind a little bit. I haven't really been a fan of any of these promos. The Nations of Hockey have been, they've been all right, but it's just cookie cutter cards at this point. They all have the same like structure, and I guess that's a way to keep them reasonable and balanced. But here we go, late in the first period, DeBrincat there. They're going to play the cross crease and just keep sliding over, so I just cut across the front of the net, and I'm able to put that thing far side above the glove. A great goal by DeBrincat. There's some players that you can just tell their shots are insane. But our opponent passes it right to us and gives it to Teravainen, who finds McDavid on the back door. And we are able to take a 2-0 lead of an ill-advised pass. Some people just pass. I don't know if that was just, oops, you know, I shouldn't have passed that. But they did throw it behind them, so that's just kind of second nature at some point. But a good dangle there from Larkin. Larkin gets in. We're able to go back door to Zibanejad. Can't quite get the shot away, but a good forecheck. Zibanejad gets in around the defender. It's going to go down into the corner to Larkin. Larkin. And yeah, I just kind of threw that one on and went to switch my player right away. You know, throw it on, switch, then shoot the rebound. It went in. That's why I did the woo Selly, the hooray Selly. I'm going to call that one from now on. But our opponent's going to quit after that one. I don't blame them. Things were not going their way, and that just went in too. I was dominating the game, and you know, that one went in. It's just kind of like I don't want to get angry. If you're getting angry, right? I understand, but you know, at some point, you know, you got to keep your round points to the level you're at. I'm in the 1200s here usually, so 3, 1, and 2 is probably, you know, pretty fair. I wanted to keep playing though, but I was getting tired. You guys can see 5:15 to 1:35 of time on attack. But unfortunately, like I said, my power went out due to the blizzard. It was freezing in my house. It got down into the mid-30s inside my house. So the last thing I wanted to do when the power came back on 33 hours later was jump onto Chell. Sunday was Christmas. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Those of you that are new for Christmas, welcome to the Road to Bread. We're going to be pumping out a lot more content this year, this and our Flyers franchise mode. A lot of stuff coming, guys, so make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
It's a free for all, free for all.